Welcome everybody to a review of a brand new Eureka release, released alongside Golgo 13, and it is the double bill of Rich and Famous and Tragic Hero, both released in 1987, both directed by Taylor Wong, who I've not seen anything else from before, and both of which star the likes of Chow Yun-fat, who was in the likes of Hard Boiled and The Killer, two excellent examples of action films from Hong Kong, as well as Andy Lau, who was in the likes of Running Out of Time and the Shockwave films 1 and 2. So yeah, this is a Hong Kong action film pairing, and yeah, they both are concurrent to one and the other. So Tragic Hero follows on from Rich and Famous, and yeah, Rich and Famous clocks in at 104 minutes long. And yeah, to pay off his debt as a gambler, a man drags his sister and stepbrother into a life of crime and a violent war between rival gang lords. So yeah, I'm really rather surprised by the lukewarm reception that this has received, because it offers up a overall solid mix of characterization and action. Sure, it isn't particularly original, but it is executed effectively. The cast is also really good. It is well paced. The action scenes are great while being as violent as you'd expect for a Hong Kong action film from the time. The score is decent. It is overall well shot. The production is well executed, and despite the plot having some predictable moments and narratively being rather quite straightforward, it is still engrossing, even though, like I said, there are some predictable aspects to it. So yeah, but overall, a really, really solid effort. And again, not sure why it's had a lukewarm reception. It's, for instance, only got 3.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So, yeah, not quite sure why. And yeah, then Tragic Hero was also released in 1987, although weirdly, because Chow Yun-fat had become a big star around the time of these films being made, this Tragic Hero was actually released before Rich and Famous, even though technically it is a sequel. So, yeah, for whatever reason, but still, it would kind of work with in that order, because there is a what do you call it, an epilogue, prologue, whatever, at the beginning that basically recounts most of the events of the first film. So you'd be able to, generally get the grasp of the plot of this film. So yeah, it clocks in at 96 minutes long, so it's about 8 minutes shorter than the previous film. And yeah, this overall is oh yeah, so basically the second film is about the fortunes of all the three characters that have changed significantly, with one of the brothers now a violent triad leader who is now seeking revenge for yeah, the actions of the previous film. But then you've also got the characters that have been wronged by the guy in the previous film who had basically turned sides, and yeah, so basically there's a conflict of war between the two sides basically. So yeah, this overall manages to maintain the quality of its predecessor, which offers up a satisfying enough conclusion to the characters that survived the events of the first film. So yeah, the cast again is once again really good. The action scenes are even better than last time, while clearly being more violent. There's one death scene that is really, really violent, and then yeah, which is verging on being Robocop levels of violence with a death scene, just minus a dismemberment. And yeah, there's some surprising plot points as well that are highly effective. One of which actually made me audibly gasp because I really just wasn't expecting it. The pacing is predominantly on point, the production is solid, the cinematography is well executed, and it is overall engrossing. So, yeah, both 4 out of 5 as far as I'm concerned. Really not sure why the first one only has 3.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd and the second only has 3.3 out of 5, because yeah, they are both really, really well done. And yeah, they're not particularly original. They are basically like something like The Godfather or other kind of crime films that just so happen to be set in Hong Kong. So yeah, not a massive fan of the artwork. It's nowhere near as good as say Golog 13, which or Golgo 13 even. Yeah, Goal is nowhere near as nice as the artwork on that, but it is still decent enough. Not the worst artwork I've seen by any means, and yeah, it does decently sum up the kind of events of the film. And yeah, but the actual physical release is solid enough. Both films are on their own individual discs. Both have had new restorations of the original film elements. And yeah, you do get the artwork for both films to choose from. So yeah, there's the discs. Which again, nicely done. And you do get the new artwork for one side, but then you can also choose from the original artwork for the first film, and then the original artwork for the second film. So basically take your pick. Oh no, I see what they've done. So basically you can pick with which title you want for the new artwork, and then on the back you have the original artwork for the second film there. Yeah, didn't notice that, to be honest. I thought the back had the original artwork for the second film, but nonetheless it still has it somewhere. And then you have a booklet as well, which has an amalgamation of scenes on the front and then a shot of what the scene in the I think that's the second film. And then you've got write-ups. You got To Live and Die in Hong Kong, Rich and Famous and Tragic Hero, Chow Yun-fat Goes Epic by James Oliver. So yeah, basically again talking about the film. I'll try and avoid spoilers. So yeah, I'll show you a couple of shots from the films, but yeah, I'm trying to avoid spoilers because some of these do have spoilers in the actual screenshots, so don't really want to give that away. And then you got footnotes as well to go along with James Oliver's writing, and yeah, then you got your view notes and Blu-ray credits and the like. So yeah, physical extras are decent, but yeah, and you got plenty of extras on the discs themselves. Like I said, they've had new restorations, but you've also got optional English dubbed audio options, original Cantonese audio tracks, newly translated English subtitles, brand new audio commentary track by Asian film expert Frank Yang from the New York Asian Film Festival. You've also got Dub Masters, brand new documentary featuring interviews by Simon Broad, the voice of Chow Yun-fat for the English language releases of many of his films, and Russell Waite from Tokyo Godfathers. Really good animated film that is. And then you got Heroes and Villains, Johnny Mac style, an interview with scriptwriter Manfred Wong, archival interview of that is a archival interview, should I say? And then you got A Race for the Heroes, an interview with Michael Mack, and another archival interview. And then you got trailers, and like I said, you've got that booklet to go along with the slipcover. So yeah, overall a really good pair of films. To be honest, not a pair that I'd heard of before, even though I have seen plenty of Chow Yun-fat's films before. I'd never come across it when looking through his filmography, maybe because it was buried right the way down, because yeah, like I said, they're not massively popular films for whatever reason, but I really rather enjoyed them. Not my favourite Hong Kong action films that we've had from Eureka, which obviously we've had plenty of in the last year or so, but yeah, still really good. And yeah, if you're into Chow Yun-fat, you're into these kind of action Hong Kong films, and yeah, I'm sure you'll get something out of them as in the same way that I did, to be honest. So yeah, nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen these films before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.